Hi, I'm Nithila Arunkumar. I'm an intern at Gearhart Law.
Hi, my name is David Postolski. I'm a senior partner at Gearhart Law, and today we'll be talking about the Amazon Apex program.
So, David, I have a question for you. What advice would you give for a client who's trying to sell their product on an e-commerce website?
Excellent. It's probably what I would give any client advice on before trying to sell anything in this world, which is to first protect the product that they're trying to sell by using the United States Patent and Trademark Office process. So filing what we call a utility patent, making sure their patent is fully examined and granted. And this way, they set themselves up to be at maximum protection before going on an e-commerce site to sell the product.
So if I'm a seller, what can I do to protect myself from a website like Amazon and these infringers on it?
Yeah, Amazon has created an amazing program a few years ago. It's called the Apex program. It stands for Amazon Patent Evaluation Express program. It's an amazing program that allows a seller who has a granted patent, meaning they've gone through the entire process of getting a patent in the United States, and now they're selling their product on Amazon, and then it allows them to register that patent, whether it's a utility patent or design patent, with the Amazon brand registry. The brand registry that Amazon created actually works as the police. And they basically are there to protect the rights of the seller that has the granted patent from the potential infringers that they are seeing on Amazon. But there's certain steps to it. It is definitely a program that ensures that a seller must constantly be on Amazon so that they can report to the Amazon brand registry about some of the infringing products that they see.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So why would a seller choose to go like the Amazon route instead of going through traditional like litigation and other processes?
Excellent question. First of all, litigation is expensive.
Yeah.
And, most of our clients that use this program likely don't have the funding to go through litigation. And so for Amazon to create this Apex program to allow small businesses or startups or entrepreneurs or new product developers to have an alternative dispute resolution proceeding other than litigation has been really monumental. Again, they are the only e-commerce site that has such a program. So as an example, it would only cost a patent owner who has a granted patent and lets Amazon brand registry know that there's an infringer, it would actually be free for them to inform the brand registry and say, hey, I have a granted patent, I'm selling a product, I believe that there is an infringer on Amazon, and I'm putting in a formal complaint, and can you help me? That part is free, which is amazing. Of course, what happens after that is the brand registry then contacts that seller and says, hey, we believe that you are infringing this patent. They kind of do their own kind of internal evaluation, and they literally take that site down. So all of a sudden, the seller who's of the infringing product is no longer selling their product. However, if that seller that has been accused of infringement actually disputes it, then to put in a formal dispute, that's when it costs money. Not a lot, not the cost of litigation, but now my client, the one that has the granted patent, now has to pay Amazon $4,000, and so does the potential infringer. And then there is this dispute that is started that will be judged by the Amazon evaluators. So it's much cheaper than going to litigation, of course. I mean, litigation is not $4,000. It is, and it's much more swift.
Would you recommend this for all of your clients, or are there particular clients that fall into this archetype that would want to do this?
Yeah, that's an excellent question as well. No matter what, I think any client that's selling on Amazon that has the ability to obtain a granted utility design patent should be using this program. And it's not something you necessarily need a lawyer for. So yes, I would recommend anybody that's selling some sort of mechanical device or an electrical device or some sort of product. Again, you need to have a granted patent, whether it's a utility or design patent, in order to take advantage of this program. So for all my clients that are selling products on Amazon, but they're not protected by patents, this is not for them. These are for the people that have granted patents. And these are for the people that want to kind of chip away at some of those infringers that are notorious for being on Amazon.
I have a question about the process. What happens when the person that's infringing on the product doesn't actually dispute it?
Two major things can happen. Two potential outcomes can happen. One, if the person that you accuse of infringement doesn't dispute it, then their page will not go back up. Okay. So mission accomplished in terms of your client that has a granted patent. But something interesting can happen as a second outcome as well. And it's happened often because people do not want to get into some sort of dispute. So what happens is that seller will sometimes contact the original patent holder, i.e. my client who's selling their product, and say, hello, we just got taken down by Amazon. We're sincerely sorry for infringing your patent. We didn't know, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what the excuse is, but what would it take? This is the beauty part of it. What would it take for us to get our page back up? Would you be willing to take a license from us? And that becomes the holy grail of what our clients want. So for our client to be the ultimate decision maker to allow this potentially infringing inferior product to be back on sale on Amazon under certain terms and conditions that allow my client to receive royalties, i.e. passive income, that's amazing. And so sometimes that's the ideal outcome for sure here, is creating and having your own licensing program simply by the fact that you have a granted, not so simple, but simply by the fact that you have a granted patent that you've registered with the brand registry and gone through this Apex process.
This sounds like it's really great for sellers, but I'm not really sure I understand what Amazon gains out of this.
Yeah, I think Amazon, first of all, gets their $4,000 fee if, God forbid, somebody disputes it. So they get $4,000 from each party, and then it goes to an independent evaluator. But more importantly, I think what it gives Amazon is a marketplace that respects the rights of intellectual property. That in itself is huge. There are so many e-commerce sites, Etsy, Redbubble, TikTok even, and so many of them do not have yet any mechanism to take down potential patent infringements. Yes, many of them have, like Amazon, an ability to take down trademark infringements or copyright infringements, but a company such as Amazon or Etsy or Redbubble, they want to be known. They want to be attractive to sellers. They want to be known as a place where, yeah, if you had a granted patent and you want to sell on our site, then we will respect your rights. We will act as your police, and we will give you an alternative option, a cheaper option to protect your intellectual property rights by having a granted patent. Foil that with a site like Alibaba. Notorious, it's literally called a notorious site. There are plenty of notorious sites where you can get infringing goods and there's nothing you can do about it because there is no Apex system or something like the Apex program. And so, yes, people will sell on Alibaba, but people also want to sell where they know that their intellectual property rights are respected. That, I think, in of itself is enough of a good reason for Amazon to create such a program and should be a lesson for other e-commerce sites to follow.
Do you think that these people that are infringing are just going to now change to another website such as Alibaba? Or do you think this actually gets to the root cause of the problem?
I wish it was that easy, Nithila. I wish it was that easy. I can guarantee you that if they're already selling their infringing products on Amazon, they're probably already selling their infringing product on other sites as well. So even it's kind of like whack-a-mole. Sometimes we say a lot of these companies are what we call phantom companies. We almost can't find them. Like even if we wanted to bring a litigation against them, they're based outside of the country. It's like playing whack-a-mole, kind of, get one of them off through the Apex program and then they pop up under a different name selling the same product. I don't think it's getting to the root of the problem, but it is peeling away some of the skins of the onion to get to the root problem. I think the only way to get to the root problem is if all e-commerce gets on this bandwagon and really respects the rights of intellectual property. I don't know if that's going to be anytime soon.
Hey, this is Nithila again. Thank you so much for watching our video.
Thank you, Nithila, for the excellent questions, insightful questions, and we hope you learned something.